Greetings, fellow book lovers, and welcome back to Colin's Corner. Today, guys, I'll be doing another tag video. I was tagged by Robert over at the Punk Rock Cereal Bowl to do the song challenge. And I will be doing a song answer and a book answer. Before we get into the tag questions, we need to quickly go over the answer from the last Comedy with Colin segment where I asked you guys, what do you call a pony with a sore throat? The answer? A little horse. Alrighty. Without anything further, guys, let's get into this tag video. Now, you're going to have to bear with me because I have the prompts pulled up on my screen here. So I will be peeking over here periodically to read the questions. So let's get started with question one. Question one is name a song and a book that always makes me happy. So for the song, I'm going to go with 9 in the Afternoon by Panic at the Disco. Now, I'm a pretty big Panic at the Disco fan. I love Brendan Urie as an artist, and this song just always puts a smile on my face. It reminds me of driving around in the summertime with the windows down, just singing out loud, no shame, letting it all go. And I just love, like, every time this song comes on one of my playlists, I just get into this happy mood. Now, for the book, I am going to go with The Hobbit. And I think I've read this book 4 or 5 times now. And every journey through this book, I just feel happy and cozy inside. And I've never gotten sick of it. Sometimes I'll listen to the audiobook. Sometimes I'll read my illustrated edition. So definitely The Hobbit. It always makes me happy. Question 2 is name a song and a book that's a great fit when you're in a pensive mood. So the song I'm going to go with is Stop This Train by John Mayer. Every time I hear this song, it makes me kind of think about my life, my family, how fast time is moving. Am I spending my time how I want to? Am I spending my time with the people I want to? Doing things that are important to me? So definitely Stop This Train by John Mayer. Kind of gets me in my feels a little bit. And the book I'm going to go with is The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman. Now, this is a very unique book that was an interesting look on kind of what it means like and feels like to go back to your hometown after being away for some years. And that is always, definitely gets you thinking about childhood, about where you grew up, about old friends, about high school, whatnot. Every time I drive through my old town, I get all these kind of reminiscent type feelings. So I'm going to go with The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman. Question 3 is name a song and book that changed your taste in music and reading. For the song, I'm going to go with All Four by Green Sky Bluegrass. Now, I went to see these guys on a whim. One of my buddies invited me to go see them in this little venue in the south of Pittsburgh that had unbelievable acoustics. And sadly, I don't think it exists anymore. But I knew nothing about Green Sky Bluegrass. And let me tell you, they woke me up. I didn't know I needed bluegrass in my life until I saw these guys live. And I left that show, I was like, wow, I'm searching all their discography, like looking up their albums and everything. So I'm going to go with All Four by Green Sky Bluegrass because that is my favorite song by them. And for the book, we will go with The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. And so I don't know for sure if it's considered historical fiction or historical fantasy, but I'm going to consider it historical fiction. And historical fiction was just kind of always a subgenre that I never really thought that I would be interested in because I'm not someone that's super interested. Like, I mean, I care about history, but I'm not someone that's like watching the History Channel and like reading history books just for pleasure. So I kind of always wrote off historical fiction as not being for me, but I really enjoyed The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and it definitely got me interested into looking into more titles like this. Question 4 is name a recent song and book that you've discovered and loved. I have the perfect answer for song. Came to me right away when I was looking at these prompts, and that is going to be Monsters by James Blunt. I think this is the most beautifully written and absolutely devastating song that I've ever heard. And I watched the music video, and I literally, I'm not even kidding you, had tears like falling down my face, like not just tearing up. I had tears like trickling down my face. I was so moved by the song and the video. And for book, I'm going to go with The Color of Magic by Sir Terry Pratchett. Now, I've only read the first two Discworld books, but I just clicked with his writing style and his humor, and I cannot wait to read the rest of his works or just more of his works. I'm really excited to get to more Discworld books. Now, question 5 is going to be name 3 bands or authors that you love. The bands, I'm going to go with John Mayer. He's my favorite of all time. Chance the Rapper and Joe Bonamassa. And for authors, let's go. I'll be boring. I'm going to go Stephen King. I'm going to go Tolkien, and I'm going to go Robin Hobb. Question 6 is name an instrument you'd like to be able to play, or I think the time I'm going to go with a type of book that you'd like to be able to write. The instrument, it's guitar. I grew up playing a couple of different instruments. I tried some different instruments. I played violin for a little while. It wasn't necessarily for me, although I did enjoy it. I played trumpet for a brief period of time. That was not for me at all. My longest tenured instrument growing up was the piano. I believe I played piano for like 7 years, and I always wanted to be, I've always been very drawn to blues, and I've always wanted to be able to play the guitar and just kind of hop on and kind of jam on it. And I've had my stints of getting into guitar, but I never stuck with it long enough to really prosper with it. So I'm gonna have to go with guitar for instrument. And in terms of the book, I think that I'd want to be able to write horror. Um, I don't think I would enjoy writing. I love reading fantasy, but I don't think I'd actually enjoy writing fantasy that much. It seems like so many things that I'd have to keep in line. So many ducks would have to be in a row, and I'm just not that type of person usually. Like, I'm not super organized all the time, if I'm being honest. And I don't think I could keep up with like the ideas that I would come up with trying to write fantasy, but I would love to scare the pants off some people with a really good horror book. Question 7 is name a book with music at the center of the narrative. I don't think that I have read a book like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a nod to all of Tolkien's works that have songs in them, because I am one of the people that is definitely, I think, in the minority, but I love the songs and I love the poems in Lord of the Rings. And I think part of that might be, my love for that might be because, I mean, I enjoyed them when I read through them the first time too, but uh, Andy Serkis's narration of them made them also way more interesting and enjoyable for me on the audiobook. So yeah, I'm just gonna say all of Tolkien's works that have songs in them, because I don't know all of them that do, but I know he's got a lot. All right, guys, for number 8, I just have to tag people. I'm going to specifically tag RJ from RJ Reads. And if you like this tag, if you've got a channel and you think this would be fun, consider yourself tagged, because I'd love to see some people's answers for this. All right, now it's time for everybody's favorite part of the video, comedy with Colin. Today's joke, guys. Why don't eggs tell each other jokes? If you think you know the answer, drop it down in the comments below. But that is going to do it for me today, guys, for the song and book challenge. Thank you so much for staying and watching if you're here still. And if you like this video, please consider giving it a like. If you're enjoying the content, please consider subscribing to the channel, because it helps a lot and it's greatly appreciated. I hope you guys are all enjoying what you're reading. And remember, you're always welcome in Colin's Corner.